You're listening to the smartest guys in marketing, the best show on the planet for client businesses to learn about traffic, funnels, sales, conversions, and marketing coolness. Chris and Taylor are the founders of Traffic and Funnels, a digital marketing consultancy helping you get paid clients from cold traffic daily. Now, here are your hosts, Chris and Taylor.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the smartest guys in marketing, Taylor Welch.
Chris Evans.
Taylor Welch.
Hey,
it's Taylor Welch.
Thanks for bringing me into this, bro. You trying to take over the business?
Back.
You trying to push me out of the business right now?
We're back in black. We both have black tees on. If you're seeing the video, Chris is rocking a hat with a lion on it, like a crazy person. But,
Bro, this is my anti-human trafficking hat.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Is it because I don't get it. There's a lion on it, or
Lions eat the perverts.
Oh, okay.
Or something like that.
We're moving on. Guys, we have a very special treat. Chocolate dipped golden honey drops of wisdom for you today. We have a client on from Australia, right?
Yes.
It's 1 a.m. She's barely keeping her eyes awake. She's drinking Red Bull, Mountain Dew mixed together.
Espresso plugged into her veins.
It is so good to have you on. We're going to break down some lessons, some experiences, and maybe just go on a rabbit trail or two.
Love it.
Yeah. Are you going to interview? Are you going to say who her name was? Or you just want me to say that?
Well, I feel like you should.
You're kind of blowing this intro.
Questions.
You're kind of blowing this intro, bro.
Sorry.
The amazing Sonya Stattmann. That's how you pronounce
Stattmann.
your last name, right? Stattmann.
Yeah, Stattmann.
We're amazing. You just did a TED Talk.
I did last week.
How was that?
Talk.
TEDx.
Yeah, look, it was really amazing. It's such an incredible experience to be on the stage and really to be talking about my mission and what I'm doing and yeah, it was a complete experience. I highly recommend it.
You're so successful. We want to be like.
So with that being said, can you give us your quick 30-second background? Or your background in 30 seconds.
My background in 30 seconds. Look, I've spent the last 2 decades helping women navigate the business arena. Started out with an advertising agency and then moved into full-time coaching about 12 years ago.
Wow, that was well done. Very quick. So people are probably wondering, you guys said she was in Australia, but she doesn't sound like she's Australian.
Correct.
You're a Yankee.
Born in New York.
Living down under.
Yep. Raised in Texas and living in Melbourne.
So is America definitely better than Australia, right?
It definitely has its pluses and a few negatives at the moment as well.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll jump into it. Can you just give us a quick view of where you were before you came into the world of Client Kit, Traffic and Funnels?
Yeah. Look, I've obviously been doing my business for a really long time, very committed to my mission, loving working with clients. I've worked with so many clients over the years. And I think I was just really focused on my mission and giving to my clients. And I wasn't as focused on growth and putting myself in an environment where there's a huge amount of growth. And so that was really what I was thinking about when I joined CK. And just really being able to take my business to a different level.
So what was your goal coming into the Client Kit?
My goal was to increase my revenue and income stream and to be able to scale my business.
So how has it changed from before Client Kit to coming into Client Kit? What have you seen different?
Wow, there's a lot that's changed. I mean, I think the biggest change obviously is my mindset and just my capacity for normalizing a greater level of success and growth for my business. And that's probably the greatest thing that I've shifted and changed and gained is being able to even see myself in a different light than I did before.
How does that affect the people that you're working with?
Oh, look, it's great. It's a huge benefit. I mean, this is the beauty of investing in ourselves, or, getting mentors, getting people who are succeeding in a different way than we are, is that not only does that increase our capacity and our mindset and what we experience, but it does a huge amount for all of our clients. They get all of that normalization and they get all of that success and experience as well. So it's like, it's a beautiful ripple effect, if you will.
I love that you just said that, because I think a lot of times people look at making an investment or a purchase decision as just impacting themselves. And I don't want to use the word selfish, because most people have the competency to process, growth in my business allows me to do good things for other people. But what you just said is actually massive, because like for Chris and I, like we just invested, we just made a 6-figure investment into working with a consultant. And we're going through, Chris called it waterboarding earlier. It's his onboarding, but it's basically waterboarding. And all of the things we're able to take from this guy, and this guy's been in the marketing arena for 40 years. We're able to take that now and, really upgrade the quality and caliber of what we do for clients, which improves how you do what you do for your clients. And there's this massive ripple to investing in yourself. And there's a massive cost. If that's true, that means there's a massive cost to not investing in yourself.
So true. So true. And I see that time and time again too with my clients that, or people that I'm around all the time, business owners who are afraid to invest in themselves, and then they don't grow and they don't create that environment for their clients. And yeah, it's really important.
So selfish. You also hit on environment, which is great, because we talk about environment all the time. And I think that we've really tried hard and been strategic about the environment that we create. Michael, who is actually going to be on the show later, I think he said it was quite turned on. Did you hear that, Chris?
Yeah. Is that an Aussie thing? Because he's actually Australian.
Turn on?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they use that a lot here. Yeah.
He said the environment is quite turned on. But
or
like,
switched on is another word.
Yeah, switched on. Has the environment been like a big part for you in moving forward?
Huge. Like it's one, I mean, of course the mentorship and the things that we learn, the things we gain are huge, but the environment for me is the key. Like if I'm not surrounded by people who are doing a lot better than me, like I need to sort of be the small fish. Like that's where I thrive, when there's a bigger environment and a huge room for me to grow and change and shift. Yeah. The environment's everything, and everyone's amazing in the group. Like they're just awesome people.
Yeah.
Hey, can you break down just a little bit more detail about what you do for clients, how you help them achieve results?
Yeah, look, I take women who are in service businesses and they've probably been in business for a while and they're overwhelmed. They're doing too many things. They're not focused. They're not streamlined. Their business is overcomplicated, if you will. And so really what I do is clarify where they want to go, simplify and streamline their business, help them really, really focus so that they can get a really solid business foundation. And that's the main part of my beginning program, is really just streamlining them so that they're making income, they're making impact, they're not overusing their energy, and they're finding a lot more balance and freedom.
So what's the differences and the challenges that women have compared to the dudes out there? Obviously, I think women are just like amazing heroes, especially if you're married and have kids, right? So there's a lot more there. Like how do you see that being more of a challenge, or is it, for the female entrepreneurs?
I think, because I've worked with men as well in the past, but I think that women have very specific things that we have to navigate in business, and it's different than men. So it's not necessarily harder or worse or more. It's just specific to women. So it's how we navigate our emotions, which I think actually are our superpowers. So using our emotions in business is incredibly effective, I think. And so I think it's, also the things we have to navigate, because there's quite a lot of sexism in the business arena and in the world. So there's various sort of things that we have to navigate that are different than what men have to deal with. And we just operate differently. So I think that's the piece is I'm really good at understanding women, understanding how we think, how we operate, how to navigate sort of our internal structures. And it's really effective in helping women move forward.
So let's say, you know, we have a lot of females that listen to the podcast, probably more than men because we're so handsome, you know.
Of course.
So let's just kind of drop a couple, you know, value bombs if you're open to that. Identifying maybe a big problem that females have in business, you know, or women entrepreneurs have in business. What's one thing that they can take away from this interview that you would say, okay, if these ladies can get one thing from me right now, what would be that message to help spark them on and push them forward in their business?
Look, I think it's in valuing the feminine part of us and our gifts. Like, I think that is one of the biggest challenges that women face is they're not valuing themselves. They're not valuing what they bring to the table. And a lot of times they're burning themselves out trying to be more masculine. And I think that's a huge piece of being able to recognize how valuable whatever they're bringing to the table is to their business, to the world, to their clients. And so it's really about starting to appreciate and recognize those gifts and be able to use them more effectively.
I have something to say on that. If you are a man or a dude, as Chris likes to call it, some of the stuff that, like, don't tune this out. Because, like, when Chris and I first started, you know, we're obviously two guys and we're from the South, and you know, there was a lot of our marketing that was pretty tuned to a male audience. Well, what we found is over the years, like a lot of our powerhouse clients are actually females who come in and they've got massive, massive whys behind why they want to build their business, which gives them this crazy drive that they're just never going to give up. And so I think like, if you are a guy, don't tune this out. Cause like if your audience has women in it, there's a lot you can learn from, you know, the things that you're saying. Just had that thought earlier because I can see some like, you know, Texan hillbilly just skip this podcast. I'm a guy, you know.
Yeah. Dude, that's a really good point. Anything to add to that, Sonya?
Look, just what you were saying, I agree that women have a really strong mission, and sometimes that overcomes, or that is almost more important to them than making income and stability. And that's one of the ways I think that women can shift and change what they're doing as well, is to recognize how important profit and how important income is for them making more impact. Because I think they downplay it a lot. A lot of women are like, well, if I just make enough to be comfortable, I'm good. But they don't recognize how much they can do when they have a lot more income and how much more impact they can make. And I think that's so important. And what you were saying,
dropping bombs.
Oh snap. Keep going.
And what you were saying as well, Taylor, I think is really true. Cause I think men and women, we have different attributes and we operate differently in some ways, but there's so many things that are really relevant to both. I mean, the why we do things is really relevant to both. How we might carry that out or how we might bring about that impact might look different, but you know, it's very important that both women and men have their why, right? That's what drives us. That's what motivates us. It has to be that internal motivation, because if we're not motivated internally, we're going to burn out. We're not going to be sustainable.
Yeah, 100%. Chris, anything to add to that, or you want me to? I've got a question.
Go ahead, bro.
So I'm going to ask you a dangerous question.
Dangerous.
It's dangerous. It's risky. You know, nobody else is doing this kind of stuff. I'm going to be on the cutting edge. I'm going to take us places no one else is. This is the final frontier.
We are the riskiest guys in marketing.
What are some things? I want to ask you. What are some things that you really enjoyed and benefited from working with us? But I also want you to tell us a thing or two, not too many, but a couple things that you maybe didn't enjoy or think that we could do better, you know?
Be brutally honest.
Okay.
But not on the things that you didn't like.
No.
Just downplay those a little bit.
Like, here's the thing. Here's the thing that I don't like about marketing, that I don't like about what most of the guys are doing is you look at their podcasts, or you look at their case studies, you look at their sales pages, and it's only the good stories. It's only like, oh, this person made $1 million without an internet connection in Zimbabwe. you know, and they only tell like all the good stuff. But I think there's great power in, you know, we're like normal people. We have a really great program, as you can attest to, but there are probably things that we can do better. I want to hear that from you, being a client, you know?
Yeah. Look, I mean, what I absolutely love is the environment, the learning, like it's, and the normalizing of success. Like I've talked about that a few times, like the actually normalizing a greater level of success. Like that's what's so cool. And you guys are so down to earth and real and transparent. And that's one of the reasons that I really joined, is because there's a lot of integrity. And for me, that's a key. If there's not integrity, I can't be into a program. It's just not going to happen.
Right.
So I think, you know, those are some of the things that I really love about the program. And I think, you know, as far as things that could be improved or shifted, I mean, and I've actually voiced this already, is that I think there could be more women in, you know, in the program, as far as like coaches or people that are sort of contributing in that way. I think women bring such an interesting perspective. So I that's sort of one of my things. I mean, I was really worried about the boys club mentality when I joined. Like that was
The
one of the
bro club.
Yeah, that was one of the things I was concerned about. You know, will I be able to fully learn? Will they understand what I'm going through? Like, you know, what will that be like? And so I was concerned about that, but it ended up being good, because I feel like you guys do so much work on mindset, and you talk so much about some of the internal stuff. And for me, that really hit home, and that's really important. So, you know, I think, yeah, if I was going to prove anything, it would really be kind of bringing more women into the fold and bringing more women's perspectives to some of the things that you guys are doing.
You want to join our team?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I mean, you're a coach. We need more female coaches. Bring it on.
You're a baller.
Look, be amazing.
That's awesome. So Sonya is she's graduated from the Infant Boys Club. She's now in what we call our upper echelon. So we're working together for a good little bit, just to kind of scale you up, grow your business. How can people, if someone's like, this sounds awesome, I want to get on her list, or I want to learn more about her, where do you hang out? How do they connect with you?
Look, you can always go to my website, which is sonyastattmann.com. Easy. Or I also have a podcast that's called The Liberation Lab for Women in Business. So you can go to theliberationlab.com and check out my podcast as well.
Are you going to have us on and interview us for your podcast?
We're not doing interviews right now, but that sounds really fun. It's always me and my co-host, and we are always talking about feminist issues. So we should definitely bring you guys into the fold and see how you go.
Let's do it. We can bring our wives. That would be interesting.
Oh
That
my
would be
gosh.
interesting. Do you have like a favorite resource, blog, book, podcast that people can take away from today?
Oh, it's so funny. Everyone asks me these questions. I've got a constant flow of things, right? Whatever I need at the time. So, I mean, your podcast is of course great. I listen to a lot of feminist podcasts. So if someone's into that, like that's something that I'm really into.
Taylor's really into that.
Yeah, feminist podcast. That's really good.
That's my passion. It's my mission.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and it's hard to say. I mean, there's just so many things going on that I'm sort of into at one time. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your favorite TEDx talk?
Oh, Brene Brown, hands down.
Yes. I've listened to that one.
She's amazing. And her
Chris-
books are amazing as well. Like
Chris
I have
probably
them.
hasn't. You haven't,
No.
have you?
No, I
Okay.
haven't.
It's not a big
I know who
deal.
Brene Brown is, though.
Yeah. She's
I
I'm
get
amazing.
glad
points for
that- I'm glad that you're hooked up with me so I can give you all the resources.
I'm smart. I know how to leverage
Worries.
people.
Sonya, you're awesome. Thank you so much for getting on.
Thank
We
you.
care so much about you. There's such good days ahead. Thanks for being honest.
Yay. Yes.
And yeah, we'll look forward to being interviewed on your podcast because you owe us one now.
Okay. Yeah, that would be amazing.
All right. See you
All right,
guys.
y'all.
Hey, go check out Sonya Stattmann.
Yes, thank you.
You can find her
And,
website at trafficandfunnels.com/memos.
Yeah, leave a review for the podcast too. That's it.
Yeah.
This is the podcastfactory.com.